Hello, and welcome back to Versus Live. We are 2 matches in to our second round of Modern Roulette this week. We got 1 match to go, but we're tied 1-1. That means some marbles
Bring
are on the line.
marbles.
We got 2 decks left, so one of us is going to spin, and if they spin an odd number, they'll take the 1. If they spin an even number, they'll take deck 2.
Can I offer you a alternative option?
What is that?
So I know both of these decks. You know both of these decks because we set 6 decks aside for today.
Yep.
I know that you love Izzet Phoenix, and one of them is Izzet Phoenix. And you think that the other deck, which is Mono Red Phoenix, is not very good in the matchup. I will gladly take Mono Red Phoenix and destroy you with it and show you the power of Mono Red.
Okay. Todd's throwing down the Which one is which? I've got Izzet right in front of me. We're
yes.
It all worked out.
All right, before we get started, these games are going to be fast and furious as long as Ross doesn't take forever. I say best of 5 guaranteed, but I'll let you lock it a best of 7 right now.
good. Depends how many outs I draw.
Well, there's not that many in the deck.
I could finale them.
When I was doing coverage on one of your matches a while back, I was just like, man, Ross ain't never looked at an op like he looks at me. Or, something like that. I don't know.
Op is great. I'm glad people are finally just playing it modern.
You submitted this version of Mono Red Phoenix, right? This is not the Ryan Overturf special that I wish I was playing.
No, this is actual Phoenix. This is the winning list from the Classic last weekend.
Okay, cool. And now we'll talk about the match a little bit since we know that they're both decks are known. Your Izzet Phoenix, I'm Mono Red Phoenix. Why do you think that Izzet is favored in the matchup specifically?
I think the Mono Red Phoenix deck is very unstable.
I think it's
just much less consistent, and when you kill one of their early creatures, it becomes much less powerful.
Sure,
it's a very good Goldfish deck, but I think it's not that resilient to disruption. It's can use Bedlam Reveler a little bit to help it out, but like you draw a Reveler and an explosive start, and then Reveler is like it doesn't really trump with the end game of what Izzet Phoenix is doing.
Sure. All right, money where your mouth is. I'll be on the play. You won last match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think London Mulligan actually favors this deck significantly as well.
Yeah, that could be.
All right, I'm gonna keep my hand.
Will you now? I will keep as well.
19 you.
Boltus.
Okay.
You're up. How many Phoenixes we got?
Just 1.
It's pretty good still.
Here you go.
Okay, it doesn't recur it. That's nice. Ugh. Sleight of hand.
Sure.
I like both of these. These are like the 2 best draws on the deck. But I do think I need to get a threat down. So let's take that one, play a canal, and pass.
All right, I'm gonna bolt you.
Actually, I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna play a Scalding Tarn and pass.
Sure.
I go to 16. End step bolt is kind of weird.
Finale for 1 on
That makes sense.
looting and bolt. So bolt you, cast looting.
I'm at 13.
Discard a second Phoenix. Attack for 6. I got to discard another card, I think. Wait, what did I discard? That was from earlier. 1 was Phoenix. That's Mountain. Okay. Attack for 6. Here's 7. Your turn. Might want to go ahead and get that thing guys down. You know? One of us. One of
I will
us.
go to 6.
We accept you, one of us.
All right. Well, Ross can just get a couple Phoenixes on the battlefield this turn, though, and that would basically prevent him from dying. The fact that he didn't use that mana last turn is a little scary. I guess he's probably just thought scouring end of turn. But if he does nothing, then I have no idea what's in his hand.
I will opt.
Here it is. Can we get a timer? We need a timer.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. Fine. All right, we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So I was opting here to potentially dig for a bolt, so I could go Thing Bolt and survive. Now, if I keep this,
20.
I'm basically banking on getting Phoenixes. It's a pretty good card for getting Phoenixes back, but I would need to find a looting in 2 draws,
30.
which seems tough. I'm on 5, 9, 12, 48 cards. So you're talking 11 12 squared, 121 over 144, 23 over 144, which is like a sixth.
45 seconds.
I think I'm going to bottom this.
All right, a cool 50-second opt. I don't know how
Okay.
good my internal
Well,
clock is, but
I drew it Lance's game.
good
Oh,
lord.
you're pretty close.
What the hell?
I kept these 3 and 4 spells, or 4 lands, and took the thing off the slate.
Oof. Well, that sucks. All right, game 1 in the books. Chalk it up.
Yeah. The reason that Ryan Overturf likes cutting Phoenix from the deck is because it's generally pretty bad if you don't draw looting, but if you do,
It's great.
it's quite good.
Yeah.
All right. More burps. I need to see more burps.
Or burp? Oh,
More
burbs.
burps.
I thought you said burps. I was like, wait,
No.
did I burp on
No,
accident?
you didn't.
I've been drinking a lot of water
All the
today.
burps.
Okay.
So while you guys are shuffling up, Todd.
Yeah.
Why only one finale?
Because you don't have a whole lot of one-mana sorceries. It's basically just Faithless Looting and Lava Spike. The majority of the rest of your cards are instants. Plus, you have like Lava Darts and Gut Shots, and those aren't really like heavy-hitting things to cast with Finale. The Finale is there just to cast the 3 spells, either for Swift Spear or whatever. But if you draw multiple Finale in any game, it's going to be... The second one's always... Not always dead, but almost always dead.
I will mulligan my 0 land hand.
Maybe you should, what's it called? Shuffle better? All right, I'm going to keep my hand, but there's a chance we don't do much. So,
Goo.
So from C. Benane, I'd really like to hear your opinions on Aria of Flame versus Pyro Ascension. Are you certain that Aria is just better, slightly better, or would a split make more sense?
I think it is significantly better, and a split doesn't make much sense.
yeah, I agree on both counts. I think splitting them is bad because if one is good, it should be better than the other one. What I do like about it is that Aria doesn't use the graveyard at all. So you're not vulnerable to any sort of graveyard hate, whereas Phoenix usually is. And I think having your cards kind of do separate things at basically all times is better than having them kind of all do the same thing, especially when they're functionally similar in how they're interacting with the opponent.
I also like that Aria is completely agnostic to the specific spells that you happen to draw alongside it.
Yes. So you can play more one-ofs if you want to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be opt for whatever. You can kind of mix and match spells if you need.
There are definitely times where you draw Ascension, but then you draw like one of each cantrip. And
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I will keep this one, even though it's not great, but we'll bottom a land we don't need and start on a Visions.
Okay.
And there we go. Let's bottom this land we don't need and top the good card.
All right. Your turn.
And Flame Slash the Mage.
Okay.
Fast turn.
Lava Dart you.
19.
Light the stage.
Yep.
Here you go.
Finale not going to be very good for Todd there, but the Manamorphose gets him another card. Let's fetch to 18. A little awkward that I had to flame slash there instead of getting this thing down, but I didn't want Todd to potentially kill, I guess killing would be hard, but just like shrinking it to a 1/1, and when it flips, it's only a 4/5 would have been pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 in hand.
4.
4.
Now, these 2 games, Ross had the removal spell on turn 2 for my creature. That is not always the case, and whenever that is not the case, this deck is a lot better in the matchup. Specifically, him knowing the matchup, he's more likely to keep hands with the removal spells. But in general, let's make red.
Yep.
Use 1 of the red. Cast Swift Spear.
Yep.
Life to Gutshot you. I go to 18, you go to 17.
I should be at 18, right?
You fetch, and I hit you with.
Oh, the lava
Dart.
dart. Okay. Yep.
Use the other red to cast another light up the stage. So
that's you Manamorphose first. So there's a 3 now.
Yeah.
There's your land drops.
And I still have a red floating, so I'll just cast this for 0.
Okay. An attack for 4.
Yep.
I go to 13.
Okay. Your turn.
Well, this is an awkward spot. I'm definitely transforming Thing in the Ice next turn, but because I have this Finale, but I can't get because Finale casts both spells at the same time and not in like a weird order. This Flame Slash is going to end up the cards I cast for my graveyard with it are going to end up transforming Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could just untap with this Gut Shot, and if I draw a spell,
If you have a gut shot, why don't you just Finale first, trigger 3 times, use Flame Slash this, and then gut shot me?
these are both sorceries. That's the problem.
Oh, sure.
So I have to put an instant in my yard to get 3. I have 4th land, Gut Shot, Finale. So what I could do is see what I draw. If I don't draw a land or a creature, just bounce this and I get in for 7. It would cost me a point off the Fiery Islet, which is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do draw a spell, I could go for a low value play of like Finale, just the Flame Slash, cast the 1 mana spell, pay 2 life to Gut Shot.
Mm-hmm.
That'll cost me way more life, but it'll also answer the Swift Spear entirely. You have 3 in hand.
Yep.
So you're at 18. I think I want to just dig for a Lightning Bolt, actually, because I'm going to Gut Shot you to 17, attack you to 10, and then Bolt will just kill you, or a Phoenix, because I have 4th land.
Okay.
So I'm going to Gut Shot you, get you to 17.
Yeah, paint a red so you don't pay life. So
Yep.
17, 13.
That's interesting.
So now you just see Vision Gut Shot instead of Flame Slash, right?
Yeah. Well, I drew Thought Scour, so now we'll probably Thought Scour Visions, and maybe we'll hit a Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I guess now I could Bolt you.
Yeah.
Maybe I do want to just Bolt.
Yeah, just Bolt Serum, put me to 7, and then I have to chump block the Thing in the Ice.
Yeah, I'll go to 12. Finale for 1 on Bolt and Visions. Bolting you.
At 14, this gets bounced.
That's not bad.
Yeah, the draws where he has the removal spell into a way to cast and transform Thing in the Ice. Those are the ones that are going to be real
Yeah.
tough for this deck to beat.
So we've got
Game
7 to
1 at
12.
least.
7 to 12.
Yep.
Okay, you can go.
All right. Go.
That's a pretty good blocker.
Yeah, but if you just draw any way to get it off the table, I'm dead.
Manamorphose, make
Mhm.
blue red. Manamorphose, make blue red.
Mm-hmm.
Blue floating.
Okay.
Gross. I might lose. I'm at 12. And you have a dart in the yard. I guess this creates a blocker if I need to block. So that's probably the right line. So let's discard those two. Use the blue floating to play another thing. Go to 11 visions. Yeah, I guess we'll split those since we can't draw them both. And force you to have 3 spells. You can go. That's a good start for me. There's a lot of lands in there.
Go.
Okay, now we
add your 8 lands.
now we should be all set because we get to start with a Thought Scour, and I have a 5th land, so any 1-mana spell with the flashback looting. Roll the bolt again. Yeah, another Thought Scour. So I'll Thought Scour myself. In worst case scenario, I get to loot.
Yeah, whenever you draw 8 lands and 5 spells, not really a ton I can do about it. The 2 live the stages, one of them hit double lands, and the other one hit only 1 relevant spell because the finale was a little too early.
It's another reason not to overload on finales. They're bad hits off of those early light at the stages.
Yeah, for sure.
But we traded 2 flood games there. Game 1 I drew 8 lands. Game 2 Todd did.
All right. Well, we're going to take just a short break here while we get our sideboards put together here for game number 3, where we're going to be playing 3 post-board games. To see who takes down the marbles, don't go anywhere. We'll be back for more Versus Live in just a minute. All right, we're back here for sideboarding. For my side of things, we're going to get a bit more interactive here, so we're going to be cutting some of our non-interactive cards. Rending Volley is a card that is phenomenal against specifically Thing in the Ice, something that we have trouble dealing with on occasion because it does have 4 toughness. It also hits Crackling Drake, which Ross is very fond of and shouldn't be in anyone's deck. We're also bringing in 2 copies of Saheeli, Sublime Artificer. It's a bit difficult for Ross to deal with. It also gives us a way to continually fight through Thing in the Ice and give us chump blockers for it, effectively invalidating it. But there are going to be some other instances where you get to minus on the Saheeli, targeting one of our servos, copying any of our prowess creatures, and then it gets really big as we're doing our normal prowess type stuff. 2 surgical extractions also gives us a clean answer to the Arclight Phoenixes from Ross, which can play pretty good defense against our deck and are quite annoying. Because we're turning more interactive, we're cutting Lava Spike. Lava Spike is a card that we're just trying to kill our opponent as quickly as possible. Games are going to go a little bit longer, so Lava Spike is going to be a bit worse. And then Gut Shot, I think, is a little bit worse than Lava Dart in the matchup. Both are kind of mediocre, but at the very least, Lava Dart can count as 2 spells for my prowess creatures if I do draw a bunch of them.
Yeah. On my side, the Graveyard Hate I'm currently playing in my Phoenix list is Leyline of the Void. I've been pretty unimpressed with the Ravenous Trap, specifically against Hogak. It oftentimes you just don't have a window to cast it to exile Hogak, and it just does nothing. So I think you have to just bite the bullet, play your Leylines. They're actually pretty good in this matchup because it makes Bedlam Reveler cost 8 mana. So they're going to come in. I like Engineered Explosives as a sweeper against the prowess creatures. Todd as a creature of a hand for 3 mana. He's going to clear them away. Gutshot is pretty bad. I like to trim a cantrip in matchups where I get punished for spinning my wheels too much early on. Also, you'll sometimes see Eidolon of the Great Revel in these decks.
Yeah, or Scab Clan Berserker, the one that punishes. Or is it Scab Clan? Is it Scab Clan?
Yeah, Berserker.
Yeah, Mauler's the old one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I've decided to trim a Magmatic Sinkhole because Leyline helps out against specifically Bedlam Reveler, which is where this card is relevant. Todd is bringing in some Saheelis, which I wouldn't generally expect. If those prove problematic, we may switch it up and get a Sinkhole or 2 back in our deck to help out against that card.
Yeah, I think it's just good to diversify my threats against an opponent with a lot of spot removal.
Yeah.
And while you do have Magmatic Sinkhole, it is a little inefficient in the matchup.
Agreed. Very bad at killing Swift Spears and stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you have a Thought Scour.
All right, anything from chat over there before we get to game 3, sir?
Yeah, from Kaiser ESC. For Todd, when you're in commentary, who is your favorite player to trash chalk, and why is it Ross?
I give Ross a lot of crap, but Ross plays great, and he plays decks I really like usually. So having him on camera, I actually just get to hold things over his head, like when I have the marbles and such. So hopefully today I win the marbles, so when I am on commentary, when Ross inevitably gets on camera when he's losing his winning, then I get to talk some mad smack.
Yeah. we've been doing verses together for 3.5 years now, and in that time, Todd's always
Has
been
it been that long?
Todd's always been the Izzet guy, but I like Izzet decks too.
Yeah.
Now that Todd's leaving, I'll get to play a lot more Izzet decks.
That's true. Look, you saved yourself a lot of heartache not having to play Wilderness Reclamation Teamer for about 2 months.
I played it in a tournament. Deck was sweet.
It was sweet. You top aided.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to keep a pretty weak opener, but because one of my lands is a cycling land, and I have one of my good cards here.
I have a cantrip every hand, but hopefully we don't get too punished.
Here you go.
I will start on a Serum Visions.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a 1-mana creature, and I might have should have mulligan, but I really just want to see just how good this is.
Okay. One top, one bottom.
All right. Go.
Fetch for a mountain, play thing. Nice.
All right. I'll bolt dart it.
I am at 19.
Saheeli, your go.
That's pretty good.
That's what I wanted to happen. And now if I can't really protect it from a double Phoenix or a bolt Phoenix, but if he doesn't have that, the Saheeli might get a little out of control, especially with these lava darts.
Interesting. So we definitely want to start on Manamorphose.
Okay.
I will make blue-red.
Mhm.
I will Thought Scour myself red floating.
This leads me to believe he has one Phoenix. I'm just kind of sweating a second Phoenix or bolt. Ooh, no. That's good for me. Are you saying go?
Oh, no. I'm
Okay.
just lamenting that my Thought Scours keep milling over the cards I want to draw while
Sure.
I draw more lands.
Fair enough.
But I was doing it silently.
Hmm.
Now I'm doing it less silently.
Fair enough.
Let's Thought Scour myself, red floating.
Okay.
Okay. That'll play. And Faithless Looting, and hopefully hit another Phoenix.
On, baby.
He did not hit it.
Okay. That's good news for me.
Let's discard 2 lands and attack the Saheeli down to 2.
Okay.
You're up.
All right. I'm going to start off with Manamorphose. Trigger.
Ugh.
Get some servos. Make red. Draw.
Yeah. You have me at 19, right? I fetched on turn 2 for the mountain.
Yeah. I'm still at 20. So red floating. We'll use 1 red to cast a dart, get another servo. Target.
Me or
Let's target you.
18.
Use the other red, so I have 0 red floating, cast live at stage. Okay, Gutshot looting. Play a looting. Get another servo.
Yep.
Discard Phoenix and another Saheeli. I will. So I can play this at any time. So I'm probably just going to go Gutshot Dart on this after it attacks. So let's play our land. Take 1, play a Swift Spear that we drew off the looting.
So you're at 19.
Yep. And
Turn Phoenix.
turn Phoenix. Attack for 4.
I am at 14.
Here we go. And now, once Ross decides to attack or not, we can go Gutshot Dart, make 2 servos, kill the Phoenix. But we kind of want to not do that so that we can get a lot of potential burst damage off the Swift Spear next turn. Because it would require sacking a mountain too, so.
You have 2 darts in there?
Yes.
And looting? Jesus. So you have me at 14.
Maybe I should just not attack with Phoenix? I think I'm just not going to attack with Phoenix, actually. Yeah, I actually think that's just way better. You're at
17?
17.
So that's going to be 4 spells next turn. That'll make this a 5. Could throw the Saheeli away to try to get 2 different 5s. So you. So if you throw the Sealy away, copy a Swift Spear, play 4 spells, kill the Phoenix here, then. Oh my god, it's exactly 15. That is
You're
gross.
17.
I have steam vents.
Ah.
Maybe I should have. Yeah, I probably should have done this the other way. Should have kept the island because I had Manamorphose to cast this Crackling Drake. So what if I draw like a finale after that? I need a finale, but the 2 life is pretty relevant.
I mean, on turn 3, I had a Saheeli. On turn 4, I have a Giant Battlefield. I don't think you can assume that my 2 or 3 card hand or whatever is bananas. I hit pretty lucky off the light of the stage to hit the Faithless Looting, but I don't know.
Yeah, so the problem here, with 2 darts and the looting and the gut shot, if I play Crackling Drake off Steam Vents and go to 15, Todd gets to have servo copy here, deal 2 to Arclight, 1 to Drake with the 2 darts and the gut shot, and then cast the looting. Even if he bricks on draw step and 2 cards off looting for another spell, then he's got 2 5 power, a 3 power, and if I block a 1 power creature, I take exactly 15 with me at 15 life, and it would be 17 if you just draw a spell and 1 minute spell.
Right.
Um,
And you can't attack because I'll just like trade this, and then you won't have an extra blocker.
so I
And
think
all my burn spells can target face.
So I think I need to actually just hold off on the Drake and try to kill either the Saheeli or the Swift Spear, and ideally both. So I guess we can start on Opt and see what we hit off that. That's a Fiery Islet, so let's send that one to the bottom.
Wow, that was a 2-second opt. Clock it. Put it in the record book.
World record.
Manamorphose, make blue-red.
Okay.
Manamorphose, make blue-red.
Mm-hmm.
Thought Scour myself, red floating.
Mm-hmm.
Flame Slash the Swift Spear.
Well, we can dart, gut shot
Yeah.
to keep it alive and make 3 more servos. But I think I just let it die. Because then I would probably want to target Arclight, but he's just going to move to combat and get it back. So
Yeah.
we'll just let it go.
Play this tapped and pass the turn.
Well, now during Incep, I kind of want to go Dark Gut Shot, so I get 2 more attackers. So let's do that.
So you pay 2 life, go to 17?
Yeah.
So 17 all.
Untap. Draw. All right, so... we can pop Sunbait Canyon, cast Faithless Looting, cast Dart. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can do 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The looting from hand's not very good at the moment, so I don't want to do that. But I can just play one from graveyard, and then if I draw a card that's better than looting, I'll just discard the one from hand. I don't really want to pop this because I'm incentivized already to dart. I don't want to go down to 0 lands. So 16.
Yep.
So I can do minus this here, do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is almost certainly dying next turn if I attack with Phoenix, so why not just cash it in. So copy Phoenix, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I go to 5.
Or before I do that, I'm going to dart you and then get 1 more servo, and then I'm going to minus.
But that servo can't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not going to attack.
So I'm at
I just get
4?
1 more servo.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not surviving your next attack. I've got to somehow kill you
Yep.
from 16, which
Here you go.
it's going to be tough. Not a bad start, though. Manamorphose, make blue-red.
Mhm.
Where have you been all my life? Yeah, even if I hit Bolt something, still think it's not enough. Yeah, there was the Bolt. So we have 12 here, but it's not quite enough. And then yeah, we can't block everything. That's a little bit. Todd's turn after the Sealy was incredible.
Mhm.
Definitely significantly better than I expected. The light hitting multiple spells that he could cast immediately, really big. I think if he had made 4 servos instead of 6, I would have been in much better shape there.
Yeah, I agree. I think your real biggest concern in that spot was maybe finding Thing in the Ice, or my biggest concern was you finding Thing in the Ice and then transforming it, and then I'd basically be left with Phoenix in hands, 2 lands versus a 7/8. But
Yeah,
you'd already burned a couple Manamorphose, and I think I just kind of shoved there and hoped for the best.
agreed. Yeah, especially surprising that Todd would have a really powerful post Sealy turn when you used 2 spells immediately to deal with that Thing in the Ice.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're up 2-1. We got best of 5 here though, so I got to win 1 more out of the next 2.
From I'm Sonicy. Is Saheeli combo playable?
I know BBD tweeted about playing 1/4s, so I think he's probably playing.
BB is playing Grixis or Urza. He also said he's playing 1/2s. Or Urza and
Oh,
Engineer.
sure. Warza?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's playing. What's the 1/2?
Engineer.
Oh, right. Yeah. Dominant Engineer's quite good in that deck.
Jim Davis played it at the Invitational. Was a pretty big fan of it, but that was before Bridgevine. It's a little clunky for my taste. It's like a lot of three mana spells.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the play.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep my hand.
Me too.
Pass the turn.
Go.
Pass the turn.
Go.
Thing in the Ice.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Manamorphose for red.
Weird. Ooh. Just doesn't have an answer to it. I just didn't play a turn 2. I assumed it was dying. I wanted to make your mana awkward. Now I just don't know what Todd has. Okay, there's the ring Lily.
Go.
Instead, crack this turn. Get Steam Vents. I am at 19. It's not a Mana Light hand. Could just have a bunch of like Reveler and Phoenix or whatever. Well, regardless, I'm going to play a 0/4 flyer. Very powerful.
Yep.
Draw a card.
Yep.
You're up.
All right, I'm gonna start with the Faithless Looting.
Is this going to be Faithful Suiting into Finale?
Yeah.
That is messed up. You have 1 Finale?
I know. Yeah, maybe not actually. I'll keep this for sure. I think I keep this over this. I don't have Phoenix, which is the problem.
That's good.
I'm gonna pitch this. I think I'm just gonna bolt dart your Crackling Drake. So 1/4, I kind of just want to even wait.
Is a 0/4.
For 0/4?
I have a Scalding Tarn and a Thing in the Ice.
Yeah, but chances of you making it big next turn are pretty high. All right, I'm gonna bolt dart it while you're tapped out. Go. Yep.
Manamorphose.
Yep.
Make blue red.
Mhm.
Manamorphose.
Come on.
Make red red.
Yeah, that's stupid. Okay, that's 14.
You can go. Manamorphose was a good draw.
Yeah. All right, he played a bunch of bolts. I'm gonna go Saheeli Soulscar Mage and hope that he doesn't kill my Soulscar Mage. I'll take one of them at 13.
Sleight of hand.
Yep.
Put the land on the bottom, take the spell, thought scour myself.
Yep.
Seriously, thought scour myself.
Any Phoenixes over there?
Nope.
Good.
Why would I draw Arclight Phoenix?
I don't know.
Serum Visions.
Sure.
Yeah, that one's fine. Flame Slasher, Soulscar Mage.
Okay.
And we should probably just kill Saheeli.
Actually, I'm gonna respond.
Oh.
I'm gonna dart this, make a 1/1.
Oh yeah, and get a.
And it shrinks it. I guess servo.
Oh, that's really good. Okay, attack Saheeli.
Well,
You can go.
I'm at 13, right?
Yeah. No, you're at 14. Just two. Oh no, you took one from the canyon. So you're at 13. You have how many cards in hand now?
3. That's 7 toughness.
Yep.
All right. Bolt. You trigger.
I'm at 16.
Light up the stage. Trigger. Go to 12. Go to 10. Gut shot. You trigger. Attack you for 2.
I'm at 14.
Your turn.
Okay. EE for 0.
Okay.
Do you have a dart in there?
No.
Attack Saheeli.
Yeah, I should probably play around that. Okay, Sealy down.
Okay. I think I'm going to pass and wait on this for next turn because of the potential to Phoenix. Don't think I'm going to take a ton here. And I can take like one reasonable hit. Still be fine.
All right, finale for 2.
Brings you to 9.
Or for 1, yeah. I'm at 9. I'm gonna looting and make bolts, I guess. Only other thing, really. All right, so 3 to you. Trigger
I'm
Swift
at
here
11.
3 times. You're at 11.
Yep.
Okay. Draw 2, discard 2.
Hit the Phoenix.
No.
Okay. No Phoenix here makes me feel quite good. It's just 4-point attack doesn't do a whole lot. It'll still be at 7. You've only used the 1 bolt, right? Or do you have 2 in here? Yeah, just the 1. I go to 7.
Go.
Now a Phoenix will kill Todd.
Yep.
Unless you have surgical in hand.
You just have Phoenix.
No, but I have looting. I've gone through half my deck already. So discard those 2 for sure. Then I will thought scour myself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Got 2 more looks.
Flashback looting.
Yep.
I could keep these 2 and leyline you next turn.
I don't think that's gonna help. What you got in hand?
I hit a lot of bricks.
Sure.
We're keeping the Manamorphose for sure.
Yeah, and that's either land or Aria. Or
Do I attack you to 3? I think the chance I die is pretty low. With me at 7. You'd have to go spell, bolt. I guess you could go Swift Spear Bolt. That would get me 2.
Bolt Dart gets you 2, I think.
Bolt Dart is 9. Yep.
Just for clarity, I discarded a lot at the stage. You got to know my last card is pretty good at least.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. I think I'm going to discard these 2 and give myself the option of leylining you next turn.
Sure.
Pass, because it's good against Dart. It's good against Phoenixes if you draw lootings.
So your thing's a 6/7.
Yep.
All right. I don't have a. See, Manamorphose trigger.
Yep.
Red. Manamorphose trigger. Red. Attack.
Block.
Bolted.
It's a very easy block because if he can deal 7 to a Woken Horror, he can deal 7 to me.
Yeah.
So
I'm at 8. You're at 7.
yes.
Here you
go. I guess we'll start with a Slight. Okay. Well, we're off the leyline plan because we do another looting. So let's Manamorphose, make blue-red. And flashback looting is worse than just casting this visions, so red floating.
You also haven't played a land yet,
Yeah.
so you can find a land off the serum and do both.
It's just,
On bottom.
well, Thought Scour is better than seeing a blind card, so we'll keep the Thought Scour and take away the visions, and then no mana floating. Okay, we finally hit. Probably just getting.
Just discard the ley line, unless you're discarding 2 Phoenix.
I have a land. I guess I'm out of
Land?
Manamorphoses. I think I am.
Sure. I think ley line does actual nothing at this juncture. But
Yeah. Okay. And I will Thought Scour myself.
Probably hit another one. Okay, good for me.
Cast a looting.
Oh boy.
All right,
2 of 'em?
take 6. I'm at 2.
Yeah, you can go. That's better than leaving 1 back, I think.
Well, if I could draw anything to keep me in the game, it was this. Draw 2. Discard this and this. Draw a card. Needed a lava dart. So I'm dead.
It took a while to find the Phoenixes there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a game that I felt like I probably should have won if I had just played, not used the gut shot to deal an extra damage with a Swift Spear. Like if I can play around a flipped thing in the ice from your hand, or I can play around engineering explosives. I also could have played Swift Spear minus on one of the tokens with Saheeli and dealt you a little more damage, and that might have actually changed some of my lines with lightning bolts and keeping light of the stages and such.
Yeah, that was
super close.
a tough game to play. A lot of decisions. EE, not a very common card out of the sideboard of these Izzet decks.
Yep.
But a card that
But that's
I've been
kind of
very
what makes
happy
it
with.
good. Yeah. I mean, it's always nice to throw a curveball at people when they normally know 73 or 75, and you're just like coming out here in left field.
Also, if there's a Ryzen Jund, it's a card that's quite good against Jund, especially post Ren and 6. So they have Ren,
Goyf,
Goyf,
sometimes
and
Bob,
and Ooze
definitely Ooze. All right, I'm going to play here for 5th game.
for all the marbles.
Yep, I'm going to keep it.
I'm gonna have to play this one fast and loose.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I actually have an appointment at 4:45, so I got to go quick.
I will keep this.
Warn you.
This game's gonna be over fast.
It will. One way or another.
Get an island and visions, and you can go. I'm at 18.
I'm going to wait for you to do your thing.
We need some removal spells here. That is not them. Bottom both. I am at 18 or 17.
Here you go.
This is a land drop. I like that. Though that probably means this thing in the ice is not long for the world. No running volley, please. One Proust trigger. We hit the land. I don't know what silence means.
Means I'm thinking and I don't want to give away some of my hand.
Everybody's got a bunch of lightning axes, rending volleys now. Maybe I should go back to the mutagenic growth.
Take 4.
I'm at 13.
Your turn.
Okay, well, how do I want to order these? I guess I will visions first.
Mhm.
Don't need more lands. Manamorphose, make blue red.
Yep.
Manamorphose, make blue. Blue? Sleight of hand that transforms.
Mhm.
Let's go with that one. And then opt.
Okay.
Keep that. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Attack you for. Ooh, I'm at 13. Could I die to this Swift Spear? Should I hold back for one turn? I actually think I should, given my hand and the fact that Todd couldn't kill Thing before. But maybe he can now that he has lands. He probably has like a Lava Dart, and he has the Bolt lined up. This is tough. Because if I just pass without putting any pressure on him, then he can play both of them. But that's fine. Yeah, you can go.
Okay, drop.
Yep.
Bolt you.
I'm at 10.
Go. Could have shrunk the Awoken Horror, but I think him being at 10 is much better.
Manamorphose, make red red.
Mhm.
Bolt the Swift Spear. Red floating. Fetch for Island Finale on Bolt and Visions.
Okay.
So I'm at
I'm
9.
gonna Surgical Extraction your Bolt response.
Okay.
Go
So
to 18.
I'm at 9. You're at 18. You can look at my hand.
Okay. Just trying to hold that Surgical for as long as possible to get Phoenix, but here I think I just have to keep my creature alive or else I'm going to die.
So you have 3 cards in hand.
Yep.
So I'm going to continue playing defensively here because I have 2 more things and try to make one big attack with them in 2 turns. We should be able to do that pretty easily.
Now, because I was stalled on lands on turn 2, I wasn't able to keep the Saheeli on that Faithless Looting, but now I'm really regretting it.
Do I want either of these? I think I want to bottom both, actually.
Okay.
You can go.
Yeah, how I'm playing defense with Awoken Horror, I think, is really heads up and not something I was really expecting. Let's go Swift Spear, Faithless Looting.
Don't play defense with Awoken Horror very often. Tell you that. No flashback cards other than the looting.
Correct. Go. The odds of him transforming a thing in the ice this turn is pretty small.
Let's play both things. And then I'm gonna flame slash the Soul Scar Mage.
Okay.
They go to 3.
Yep.
You can go. Or actually, I guess now I can attack, yeah.
All right.
You go to 11.
Yep.
You're up.
Draw a card. Tap. Draw for turn.
Thing in the Ice. It's a good match card. So I'm at 9. Look, maybe I shouldn't have attacked last turn because now I have to make an awkward block. I think I have to block because I think it's too easy for me to die. So like, yeah, it's just bolt plus dart. But bolt plus dart also lets him kill one thing and then prowess up to eat both of these. So that's better than dying.
All right, kill this and
Yep.
you.
Yeah. So I'm at 8.
Yep. I'm at 11.
Yep.
Okay, here you go. I'm gonna play my land.
Sure. Not a bad draw here. Thought Scour myself.
Yep.
Phoenix is still having a hard time showing up. Let's do it again. That's looting. And looting. Okay. So now we have a Phoenix. I don't think putting Todd to 1, I don't think makes any difference. I think it's very hard for us to die if we just attack for 7.
I agree.
Bring him to 4.
Yep.
You can go.
Dude.
Yep.
Go.
And Arclight Phoenix attack.
GG's.
Good set of
match.
good set of games there.
I needed a little help early on. I could have Faithless Looting on turn 2 without a second land drop, but I think just getting another creature on the battlefield was important. And I had 2 more Swift Spears, or I had the choice of the Soulscar Mage, and I wanted to kind of disguise the fact that I had 2 more Swift Spears, and if I had drawn like land, I was gonna kind of go crazy with it. Unfortunately, I just wasn't able to apply that much pressure.
Yes.
And you
Stumbled for one turn on
Yeah.
the play, and that kind of swapped the initiative. Gave me more time to set up, and then I just had a ton of Thing in the Ices that game.
Yeah, the thing that you transformed immediately was pretty brutal. Like I just couldn't really do anything about it. It's possible that you just need to play like 3, maybe even 4 Rending Volleys in the sideboard of this deck, because otherwise Thing in the Ice is going to be really problematic. I think humans could be potentially pretty bad if they stick like an early Thalia or something, but you do have a lot of ways to handle Thalia specifically, but it's when they get big Champion of the Parish, big Thaw's Lieutenant, or big Manus Rider where you really start to struggle.
It's just a really good card in the matchup.
Mhm.
So the fact that it's very good in 2 of the most popular matchups
Yeah.
makes me think it's a card you want.
Currently, there are 2 Dragon's Claws on the sideboard. The only matchup where you really want that is Burn, and I think that just because there are more matchups where you have, you will use Running Volley significantly more than you'll use Dragon Claw in a tournament. I think this in matchups that are potentially harder than Burn.
Yeah.
I think Burn is just pure race, and I think that you're actually like reasonably favored. You know, sometimes they, play like an Eidolon the Great Revel, and then they deal you some damage, but like you have a lot of ways to kill it. And if they're tapping out to play that, usually they have to block with it, or getting killed on turn 3 sometimes.
If you answer an early Eidolon and are able to protect your prowess creatures from Searing Blaze, then
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and just do subs, and then we're going to close it out.
All right. 3 subs this time. First off, Venser resubscribed with a tier 1 sub for
Thank you.
its 3rd month in a row.
Thank
Thank you, Venser. Cocoa Puff 22 with a prime sub. And Hug the Aquafire has resubscribed with a prime sub for 7 months. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Hug.
Yeah. Thanks all. We've got a bunch of Modern coming up this weekend. There's going to be, of course, Mythic Championship 4 in Barcelona starting
Starts
tomorrow.
at 3 a.m. if you're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So cool.
Or
I guess.
midnight if you're.
Who needs
Why don't
to
they
the West
just start
Coast?
tournaments at like noon? What wherever you go, start at noon. It's great. It's better for everybody.
They got to think about the staff. They and the players. They would be there till well after dinner time. And in Spain, their schedules are weird. You can't just go to a restaurant at you can't go in the middle of the day. I guess you can go late because they eat late.
Yeah, they dinner at 9 and 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So you're probably fine there. But
Anyway,
regardless, we also have a Modern Open in Columbus. Who's casting that?
It's Cedric, Patrick, Todd, and Ryan.
Awesome.
yeah. So I
I'll be there.
get to make fun of Ross while he's on camera. Be like, how long is he going to take on this one op in this deck? Anyway,
I cast Opt very quickly
one time
when it was a dead land,
yeah,
which
when
you
it-
also noted when you were digging at me on camera. Like, it was flooded and it's a land that it's
Fine.
fed as fast.
If it's any spell, we gotta think about it.
Yeah.
And it's always opt too, because when it's sleight of hand, it's like there's always a clearer,
Yeah.
better one of the two, or not always, but usually.
Yeah. Opt, you got to think about what it could be, what's
Yeah.
in the box. It could be anything.
All right. Well, big shout outs to Carnox chairs. If you want to check out these chairs that they have given us, go to carnox.com/SCG. They're super comfy. Ross wins the marbles this time.
This time.
I got to win them the last time I'm on Versus before I move. That way, I'm just 100% taking them with me, and they're just gonna sit in my stream room behind me forever.
That's not happening.
Forever. I'm calling it. If I do win, though, it's happening. I'm sorry. You and Corey can fight over a broomstick or something, the stick of destiny or something. Just come up with your own thing. It's fine. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching Versus Live from StarCityGames.com. Thanks, Ross. Thanks, Dan, for keeping everything running smoothly. And thank you for watching. Now, go watch some more damn Magic. There's plenty going on this weekend. There's plenty going on right now. We'll see you soon.
Bye, y'all.